this page if it's live. Okay, get rid of this. Okay, let me double check now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just one quick check. Let me see. Okay, we live.
Right.
Let me check the audio.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
Let me check on my phone just to double check. Just to make sure the audio is good. You can send it out to the lemon squeezers. Let me see.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong shit. Okay.
Audio on both sides, good.
Okay, let me see. Yo, fast speak.
I like.
It's a bit behind. That's why. Okay, you good. Okay, yo, welcome to the undisputed king of sports. Yeah, it's been a while since I've posted on here. It's been quite a bit, but we are back. New branding, new layout and everything. And I'm here with Faize. So, how you feeling, man? How you feeling?
Well, don't be deceived by me being all smiley. I'm not very happy once again with Chelsea. But it's got to a point now, Wale, where it's to be expected. You know.
Wait, hold on, man. I just wanted a quick introduction, real quick. Because I just want to ask you a series of questions. Because what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna break this up into different sections. So we're gonna have a lot of sections, Faize. We're gonna talk about a lot of things. We're gonna talk about your overall thoughts in the game. We're gonna talk about Poch, because I know you probably got a lot to say about Poch. And we're gonna talk about Cole Palmer, and obviously where Chelsea go on here. We're gonna make that like a joint section, and obviously what you're expecting for the rest of the season. We're gonna make that a joint section. But let's start off with, what is your overall opinion on the result? Like, going into the game, what did you expect going into the game?
Well, what I expect and what I get from Chelsea is two very different things. You know, I expected going into that game, Burnley are a side who, to my knowledge, have struggled all season to get results. You know, so I went into that game thinking it would, not a walkover, but more a 3-1, 4-2. You know, they show glimpses of being able to get back into the game, and then we kill the game off. But as we've seen time and time again with Chelsea this season, there's no belief in that side that they're going to go on and win that game. And if there was, we wouldn't have drawn today.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
the thing I've noticed about Chelsea, and I'm gonna give you my brief take on it, is the problem that Chelsea have is you guys get a plethora of chances, but you don't kill the game off. And obviously, when you don't kill the game off, teams go into games, teams believe that they can win, and then they slowly do a smash or grab. The one reason why I thought Burnley would be a fixture that you guys should win is because Burnley do not park the bus. They want to play positive and expansive football. Yeah. Hence why they're going to be fixtures where Burnley are going to get pumped by teams, because they don't have the players that are good enough to play that type of football. Yeah. But the problem with Chelsea is, it's beyond the point where I can go, oh, it's a young players issue. Because you can make a case that it's a young players issue, but it gets to a point in time where you go, okay, we're going to expect inconsistencies from young players, but where is the patterns of play? Where is the victories that we should be getting? Okay, if you lose to a Arsenal, a Liverpool, a City, that's okay. Yeah. Or even have
to add to that,
Go for it.
To add to that, whether these players are young or old or don't have much experience, this is Burnley. You know, I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but the young players in this side, you know, if Liverpool went and put out a side consisting of mainly their under-21 players and a few, let's say, for example, an Endo, a McAllister and a Salah and Darwin Núñez were playing, you'd still expect them to beat Burnley. You know, you'd say, oh, yeah, they've got a few young players out there, but you're expecting them to beat Burnley. I'm not asking for miracles. I'm not asking to win the Premier League. All I'm asking for is to show a bit of heart against a side like... But I can't even believe I'm saying that. To show heart against Burnley, you know?
But that's the thing about Chelsea. You spend so much on your midfield, but you can't control games. Let's keep it... Because if you look at the stats, let me get up the stats, because I actually had the stats for this game up. Let me get up the stats for this game. Faize, how many shots do you think Burnley had in that game?
It was 18, I believe.
That's too many shots for a Burnley. That is way too many shots for a Burnley. Because what that tells me is you're giving up too many chances. You're not even controlling the game. It's an end-to-end game. And don't get me wrong, I watched Liverpool versus Burnley. We gave Burnley a lot of golden opportunities. But then again, your Jotas, your Darwin Núñez's, they stepped up and they killed the game. Like, you even had 10 men. Like, you had 70% of possession.
And Company was sent off as well.
What did you say?
Company was sent off as well. He was sent to the stands.
Yeah, they don't even have their manager. So you can see that Burnley were clearly rattled and you're at home. Yeah. Because, Faize, you remember this. I remember this. Growing up, you'll be lucky to get a draw at Stamford Bridge. Remember Mourinho's 4-year record unbeaten? Yeah. That was a fortress.
89 games, I believe.
Yeah, that was a fortress. You go there and you hope and you pray. Now you go to Chelsea and you feel like, yo, we're still win this. Because
I remember one time when we was in school, I believe it was QPR. They beat us 1-0, yeah? Mm-hmm. And back then, that kind of thing was an anomaly, you know? Like, I remember being very angry that we'd lost to QPR because it was just totally unexpected. Now, when we beat a side at the same level as that QPR side, like a Burnley, I know we didn't win today, but I'm sure we beat them earlier on in the season. When we beat a side like that, I'm now like, oh, wow, didn't think we'd get a result there, you know? Mm-hmm. And look how, you know, too much has changed. The standard of the club is gone. You know, I was at Wembley for the Liverpool-Chelsea game, and I heard people in the stand saying, well, at least we got to a cup final. Arsenal probably won't get to one. Spurs won't get to one. Is that what we've become? Mm-hmm. To celebrate cup finals? To celebrate losing to a Liverpool side that had all of their key players out injured. Mm-hmm. They had Jadon, I don't even know his name. I just know his name.
Jadon Downs.
Jadon Downs.
He scored a brace in the I can't remember what it was. I think it was against Southampton. He scored a brace in like the FA Cup.
And how old is he? 17?
18 years old.
18 years old, yeah. And he looked like he should have been on that pitch. There was players that are 22, 23 for Chelsea that I'm hearing the excuse about give them time. If you're good enough, it doesn't matter about your age.
Yeah, look, you look at Yamin Lamal, whatever that kid's name, the one at Barcelona.
16 years old, playing for Barcelona. Mm-hmm. As much as I hate Barcelona, they're one of the biggest clubs in the world.
Yep. And I'm looking at the Chelsea stats, man. Chelsea had 33 shots. 33 shots is not a normal amount of shots to have in a game.
No. But the thing is, these shots are you're just spamming shots. You know, they're spamming the same cross. There's no tactics there. There's no patterns of play. There's no instructions to mind from someone who's not, you know, part of the coaching staff. Just as why is it fireworks? Did you see that?
Nah.
I don't know. There was like fireworks that went off.
I don't know, man.
Okay, it threw me off. I was saying, you know, from someone who I'm not part of the coaching setup at Chelsea, but from the outside looking in, as a fan of the club, when I watch us, I don't see any great spells in the game where I think, wow, tactically we look great today. I haven't for years. Not since Tuchel was there, you know. Ever since then, with Poch, the only thing that is saving us is individual brilliance. And when we talk about individual brilliance or individual players, there's only one player and this sounds ridiculous to say, the only reason we're 10th or 11th in the league is because of Cole Palmer. Mm-hmm. You know, if we had better players around him and a better manager, we would be challenging for top 4.
Huh? Because I've got the stream playing in the background, so now I see the fireworks. I don't know what happened, but I must have clicked on a button, man. I'm still getting used to Streamlabs, but yeah, man. Honestly, man, I completely see your frustration, but I just want to move on to talk about a certain individual, that goes by the name of Mauricio Pochettino. Where are you at with him? How do you feel about Poch?
Well, I can't say exactly how I feel about Poch on YouTube because, but I'm just tired of it. You know, when I think about Poch, when I hear the things he says, it's just so reminiscent of last season with Graham Potter. The only difference is he's just a chubbier Argentinian version of Graham Potter for me. You know? The audacity to come out and say that he was playing for penalties against the Liverpool, and I'm sorry to keep bringing that game up, but I can't. It still gets me heated thinking about it. The fact he came out and said he was playing for penalties against that Liverpool side is ridiculous. I could understand if that was a full-strength Liverpool side to say something like that, to say, look, we acknowledge we weren't good enough to go toe-to-toe with Liverpool, but we wanted to play for penalties and see how it went. You was playing against a very weak Liverpool side, and you played for penalties. He's a coward. That's what he is. That's the biggest issue. He's a coward. His whole setup is cowardly. Playing Gallagher week in, week out is cowardly. The only reason you play Gallagher week in, week out, I don't know. I don't know why he plays Gallagher week in, week out, to be honest. I genuinely can't see it.
It's and crazy I'll be the first. Crazy fast. I saw a tweet on Twitter, and I'm sure you would agree with this. Someone said, and it was a compilation of Pirlo in 2012 Euros. Because remember when he put up that masterclass in the Euros in 2012?
Yeah.
When he helped
him and Balotelli as well.
Yeah, he was amazing, and no one could get near him. And they had his highlights on. And one person quoted saying that Chelsea fans would rather have Gallagher than Pirlo because Pirlo can't run.
Hey, it's true. It is true. It is true.
I
don't understand.
You protect meaty players. Like,
they did the same with Mason Mount. I did the same with Mason Mount. At least with Mason Mount, he has a bit more about him than Conor Gallagher does. Yeah. But Mason Mount, again, was another player who wasn't all that he was hyped up to be. But yet people would defend him with their lives. And Christian Pulisic never got the same respect. No. Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
The list goes on.
It's weird. It's very weird. Like, honestly, it's very weird because Chelsea don't have a Okay, let me put it like this. Chelsea don't have a logic behind keeping players, because if you want someone that has pace, that has power, that can carry the ball, then you would keep a Ruben Loftus-Cheek. The only issue they have with Ruben Loftus-Cheek is he's injury prone. But if you look at him in terms of ability,
but if we're looking at that as well, Wale, since he's gone to AC Milan, he still had a few games out where he's been injured, but he's been playing games.
Yep, he has.
Pulisic is the same. Mm-hmm. So now it becomes, is it a problem at Chelsea with the medical staff? I don't know. As I said, I'm not at the club. I don't know the inner workings of the club. But there's got to be an issue. Look at Lavia. Last season, he played the most minutes out of all the youngsters in the league.
He played like all 38 games or 35. He played like pretty much majority of
this season, I think he came on once in the second half. Maybe it was 2 games, but I only remember him coming on.
He played one game. He played one game.
You know? So I only remember him coming on once, and that was it. And now he's out injured again for the rest of the season. They confirmed it the other day at the club.
Yeah, I saw that. So, I saw that, what's his name? Reece James might not come back this season.
I don't even... him is, you know... I said it before it was cool to be saying that maybe we've got to prepare for life after Reece James. But I've been saying that for years. You know, I was saying that about a season and a half ago, 2 seasons ago. And now, you know, it's delusion to believe that he's going to come back and stay fit. Well, I would love to be proven wrong on a player like Reece James. I'd love it. I got
a question for you because I wanted to stay on the Poch topic a little bit longer. And whoever's in the chat right now, like the video and obviously share your thoughts and opinions and whatnot, because we're trying to get this page to grow. We're trying to push ourselves out there. So the like in the video is very essential to help this channel grow and progress, because we are not only going to be talking about Chelsea later on in the stream, we are going to be also addressing a Manchester City versus Arsenal. We're going to be addressing that. And obviously we're going to be talking about WWE and obviously boxing on other days as well, and obviously the NBA as well, because we are getting closer and closer to playoff season. So the thing I want to ask you about Poch, is it time to cut your losses and get a new manager? And if you're going to get a new manager, who would it be?
Yeah, it's definitely time to cut our losses. It's been time to cut our losses since about November when, you know, but yeah, for me, there's no way he should see out. I mean, I'd sack him tonight, but I would let him see out the season. I wouldn't hate that too much, but there's no way he should be the manager of Chelsea Football Club next season. Okay. He doesn't deserve it. He's not got enough credit in the bank.
Who are you bringing in? This is the plot. This is the part that is gonna get clipped. We Todd Bowley, Egg Barley comes up to you and goes, Faize, who should we appoint? We're gonna sack Pochettino. Who should be the person we should go through on to bring in this team? We got a group of young players. I can
only pick one manager.
You can pick. Okay, I'll allow you to have a 3-man shortlist.
Okay.
Thomas Tuchel. Before you continue, he said Harry goes Gareth Southgate for Chelsea manager. That's what Harry said.
Yeah, he can stop with all the trolling because he's actually linked to Manchester United.
He said, I think Chelsea are finished like Klopp. You do know, Harry, you do know you're playing later today. You do know you're playing later today.
Who are they got?
Game later today. Huh? I think they're against I think Brentford. Let me check.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, Brentford away.
Right.
8 p.m. Okay, so Faize, and at some point this week, we got to do Chelsea versus Man United preview.
I look forward to that.
On Thursday.
Yeah, that will be another loss. We're the only team in the league that can make Man United look like a good club. Or a good team, sorry.
No, okay, so...
We did it back in October.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think they were on a run of about...
what's his name? Looking like a
we made Scott McTominay look like...
We look like Frank Lampard with the way he was making them big runs.
Yeah, we're the only club that can do that. When we played them in October, I believe they hadn't won in 5 games or something similar to that.
Okay.
And then they beat us 2-1.
Yeah, guys, make sure you like the video, man. I don't want you guys to be fraudulent like Mauricio Pochettino, so like the video. Nah, but okay, so your shortlist. 3-man shortlist. So
Thomas Tuchel is number 1.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, I don't care.
Continue.
Biggest mistake. There's 2 big mistakes we made in Chelsea Football Club history. Well, there's many, but the 2 managerial ones is sacking Carlo Ancelotti and sacking Thomas Tuchel. Okay. So number 1, I'd go Thomas Tuchel. Then number 2, I just mentioned him, Carlo Ancelotti. And number 3, I'm going Jose. Well, who knows? It might not be a case of if he wants to leave Real Madrid. It might be a case of I heard that they wanted to look at Xabi Alonso, and I know Xabi Alonso said here's
one problem though, Faize, and this is why you can't put him on the shortlist. If you were to sack him right now, he can't be your option because Chelsea's situation is looking terrible, and obviously you got to factor into account that Xabi Alonso is at least staying at Bayer Leverkusen next season. So you got to have a manager in between that. So, yeah. Continue your shortlist, though.
Okay, so I'll take Carlo Ancelotti, yeah. I'll go Thomas Tuchel, Hansi Flick, and Jose Mourinho.
Okay.
I'm tired of all this Nagelman, Amorin, De Zerbi, Slot. I don't want any of these people. Good. I don't want it. I don't want any of these.
And you got to keep in mind, Amorin, he gave Sporting their first league title in 13 years. And he's only been there for 4 seasons. And if he wins this year, he's won 2 league titles in 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, that's all very impressive and all very good. But that is the Portuguese league.
Yeah. But,
and I know, well, I'm saying that. Mourinho
you got to keep this in mind real quick. You got to keep this in mind real quick. To give a team, no matter what league you're in, to give a team their first league title since 2000 is crazy.
Like, but I have a counter argument for this. I know he didn't do the same thing, but Andre Villas-Boas did very well.
Do you know why that's different?
No.
Do you know why that's different?
No, he's not.
Do you know why that's different? Do you know why that's different? Did you see that team? They had Falcao. Yeah. They had James Rodriguez, James Rodriguez. They had
Moutinho.
They had Casemiro. That team was winning with any manager. Yeah. You could have been manager, they would have won.
Yeah, but the point still stands, Wale. That league.
Oh yeah, they had Hulk as well.
Yeah, what a player, man. We used to be linked with him every year. But my point being that until a manager comes to Chelsea, we won't know. The only manager that hasn't been at Chelsea that I could see doing well is Hansi Flick. Or Thomas Tuchel's already been here. I could see him doing well again. I could see Mourinho doing well. And I know if we appoint Mourinho, that it's all going to go badly in a year or two. But I'm happy to have that because before it goes badly,
you'll win the domestic cups.
We will win the league, or we will win the Champions League in 2 years, potentially. Well, we'd have to get back into it, but we're likely to win something big with Mourinho. So, there's no
continue.
There's no guarantee if we bring in someone like De Zerbi, we're going to do anything different. People keep telling me about what he's done with Brighton. It's a different level. I remember Brendan Rodgers doing well with Swansea.
I'm going to do this real quick here.
Just to add that, Brendan Rodgers did well with Swansea. And then look what happened when he went to Liverpool.
Hold up 1 minute.
Well,
No, continue what you're saying. Hold on 1 minute.
Brendan Rodgers did well at Swansea. He goes to Liverpool. Yeah, okay, he comes close to winning the league.
I'm full screening you right now. And I want you to say your managerial options again. You got the whole floor. Wait, hold up. I'm full screening you right now. I want you to say your managerial options again. Hold on. 1 second. Let me make sure this is nice and full screen. I'm not even on the screen no more.
Right. Okay.
You got full screen now. You got the floor is yours. Tell the world your free managerial options. If you were to get if Todd Bowley, Egg Barley came up to you and go, Chelsea, we are done with Poch. Who do we bring in?
Thomas Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel is number 1. Number 2, Hansi Flick.
Okay.
And number 3 is Mourinho for the 3rd time lucky.
Okay.
Those are my options.
This is the part that's going to get clipped up. Everyone's going to see this opinion. And let's see what TikTok and socials are gonna say about that. But
they probably hate it because a lot of these people are hipsters and they want I've seen a lot of Chelsea fans say that we were too harsh with Graham Potter. What did you see from Graham Potter that makes you think that anything would be different with him at the club? They talk about De Zerbi, that if De Zerbi comes in, he's already worked with Mudryk. I don't care. I don't want him near the club.
Okay, hold up 1 minute. Let me fix this shit up. Give me 1 sec. Okay. Nah, but yeah, continue speaking.
Yeah, I mean, for De Zerbi, I don't want him near the club. That's embarrassing, Wale. If we go back in for another person from Brighton, I'm going to be disgusted. They're talking about Evan Ferguson for 100 million.
Mm-hmm.
Evan Ferguson, what has he done
he's been
to warrant being 100 million?
He's been shit lately.
I just don't get
Evan Ferguson is the new flavour of the month.
Yeah. Victor Osimhen. People were talking about, oh yeah, we shouldn't pay 100 million for him. I'd rather spend 100 million on. But that happens.
Nah, Faize, he was diabolically dog shit. If he had the good games that he was meant to have, we would have won shit. We would have won AFCON.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot he's Nigerian.
Yeah, we would have won AFCON. He let us down. Like look, Ademola Lookman was better than him.
Yeah, but this is what I mean. I don't want Osimhen. I want Ivan Toney. But what I'm saying is, if we get Osimhen over getting someone like Evan Ferguson, I'd be happy.
I feel that. Let me make sure this is the right setting. Okay, so let me move on to the other section, which will be about... Okay, so what's next for Chelsea? Realistically, what happens next?
Well, hopefully we can manage to win the FA. We will beat Man City, and then Man United actually might lose to Coventry League that do those funny things like Chelsea would do.
Faz. You're breaking up. Say that again.
Oh, hello.
Yo, say that again.
Yeah. Well, I said hopefully what's next for Chelsea is we can win the FA Cup, and then we're back into Europe for that. We'd be in the Europa League, no?
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
So, I mean, we've fallen so far. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'd be happy with the Europa League.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that.
I mean, another part of me doesn't mind if we finish 7th or 7th, I think it is, to get Conference League. Because then if we win the Conference League, we'll be the only club in the world that can say we've won everything.
Well, is that the type of bragging rights you want?
Well, no, but it's, you can't... This is the position we find ourselves in. So bad we might as well do it. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know where Chelsea go from here, because I do feel like we've lost our identity a lot. The identity of Chelsea before, was we will sack a manager and we will bring in a manager and win a trophy.
But you also bought win now players. Like Ballack, when you bought him, was 30 years old. Drogba was 27 when you bought him.
Yeah.
Like your team was full of real hard men.
Yeah.
Man.
Like that
John
was
Terry.
pause.
Your freaking Ricardo Carvalho's. Ivanovich's. Real hard men. Embarrassing to hype up.
Wow, you said it. You said it twice. Real hard men. That is crazy.
Pause. Pause.
But yeah, no, you're right. I mean, I would describe them a little bit differently, but they were leaders. They were men.
You know what Harry said?
What did he say?
Embarrassing to hype up the Conference League. Paz.
That's okay, but this is okay because for people that don't know Harry, he's a Man United fan. That's a club that would actually lose in the Conference League.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah, so I could genuinely see Man United losing the semi-final of the Conference League.
Because Man United play up and down to their opposition.
Yeah.
The games that you expect them to win,
if we were in the Conference League, do I expect us to win?
What'd you say?
What did you say, sorry?
I said when they expected to win, they struggle to win or they lose.
Yeah.
When you expect them to lose, they get a result. Man United is one of those teams where you can't go, you're going to batter them, because normally it doesn't happen. Remember, everyone said Liverpool were going to beat them 5-0 when they came to Anfield. They got a 0-0.
Yeah.
They said we're going to batter them in the FA Cup. They got a 0-0. Maybe this game, the game that's given everybody a warning sign, maybe that was going to help Liverpool because there's no pressure of us having the expectation to win.
And Man United are similar to Chelsea in the way that they have lost their identity.
Mm-hmm. But the difference between Man United was, and this is kind of the same difference with Chelsea was, and have you ever seen a great manager at a team leave with the team basically on its last legs, bring a new guy in, and the new guy has to kind of figure everything out. A lot of the time, remember Duke Heynckes when he won the treble. They brought in a good manager in Pep Guardiola, but that team wasn't washed. That team was ready to win more and more and more.
Yeah.
Obviously the drop off was not winning a treble, but you're still able to win the league because they brought a good manager and the structure was in place. So it is possible to continue on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Man
Harry
United
said
would not
United
be.
are bigger than your club.
Is he talking about Liverpool?
No, he's talking about you guys. We've won more trophies than them now. So
so he can't be talking about Liverpool. So
we won more trophies.
But
if he's talking about fan base, then yeah, they're bigger than us in terms of fan base. But if you're talking about big as in like who's won the most, then factually Liverpool have won more than Man United.
yeah,
they got a bigger fan base than us. I admit that. Like I can't deny that. That's factual. But in terms of who won more, we won more than them.
Yeah. Because no one's arguing that Chelsea are bigger than Man United, because it's obviously we're not. You know, so he must be talking about Liverpool.
Okay,
but I would disagree with him.
So one thing I want to touch on the section of where you see Chelsea going is where do you think you're going to finish at the end of the season? 9th. Yep, that's reasonable. That's reasonable.
Yeah,
that's reasonable.
And you know, I'm glad that we didn't do this at the start of the season, because I probably would have said something crazy like 2nd or 3rd or top.
Hey, you gotta believe in your team, man. You gotta believe in your team.
Yeah, no,
because at the start of the season, when you saw that result against Liverpool, you must have thought, yo, we might actually do something this season.
No, that first half was awful. That second half, though, that's the best I've seen Enzo play in a Chelsea.
You're lucky that Salah's goal was offside, because if that goal counted, you guys might have got destroyed.
Yeah.
And then obviously we didn't realize. And obviously
I was at the game. I was ready to when I thought Salah had scored, I was ready to go home. I was so pissed off. Yeah. But then it was ruled outside, and we kind of clawed ourselves back into the game. Nicholas Jackson in the dying minutes of the game. I remember he was holding off Konate. That was unbelievable.
Yeah,
you know.
Gave it to Modric, and Modric messed up.
Yeah, and does what he does best.
Liverpool had a midfield of Gakpo, McAllister playing DM for the first time, and Szoboszlai. We didn't have Endo.
That was Enzo's only good game of the season as well, by the way.
What about that game where he scored that free kick?
It was against Villa.
I swear he had a game where he scored a brace.
Wasn't that against like Preston?
It might have been. It might have been Preston.
That's his level.
It might have been Preston or like a Brighton. Because I remember he scored.
Like even today, Enzo played okay, and I know there's going to be people putting out comp videos of him doing all these fancy passes and stuff. It was against Burnley, and we drew.
Yeah, because do you know what someone said? This guy said it. This guy I know called CJ. Shout out to Goodfella Sports TV. He said the most important stats is winning. That's the most important stat. That no other stat matters. You can do your GA, you can do your progressive passes, but the most important stat is the stat on the top left-hand corner. Yeah. Which is the result, the end of game result. And speaking of that, man, so you said you think they'll finish 9th. I think they'll probably finish around 8th, maybe 10th again. I don't really know. The FA Cup.
But what about the FA Cup?
FA Cup. It depends if you can get past it. If you can get past it, I reckon you can win it.
You know what I could
I'm
see
not gonna
happening?
lie. You better hope it's not Coventry.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I could see us losing to Coventry in the final.
That's the worst team you can have. The worst team. The worst team you can have is Coventry. But I will say this though. To wrap it up. To wrap up this section at least. Let's move on to the big game. The big game tomorrow. Or the two big games tomorrow. Okay, let's start. I'm gonna save. Actually no. Let's go into this one. So fast. Whoever wins that game.
Sorry, it was very laggy. It was very laggy. I'm gonna have to ask you to repeat that. Bro.
Okay, wait. Can you hear me now? Your screen is
a little bit.
Okay, it's better. Wait, how's it now? Is it good?
Yeah, that's fine. Can you hear me?
Okay. Oh, yeah, I can hear you. Okay, so the question is the winner of the Premier League champions? Does it depend on who wins out of Man City, Chelsea, and Man City, Arsenal?
I think I heard the question, but it cut out a little bit. Did you say, is the winner of the game going to go on to win the title?
Yes.
I say no. Because Arsenal could very easily, not very easily, but Arsenal could win that game tomorrow and still go on and lose the league. So it's one of them ones where I don't think it's going to be decided based on tomorrow. Because, like I said, Arsenal could very much beat them. And then we saw it last season.
Don't they still have
with
Chelsea?
them slipping up against West Ham, Southampton,
don't they
Liverpool.
still have to play Chelsea?
Yeah, but I don't know why you're saying it like that.
No,
like
but Faz, regardless of how you feel about Chelsea have been shown to take points of the big teams. They've done it all this season. You're taking points.
No, we did it against City, and that was it.
You done it. You're taking points against Arsenal. Remember,
we should have took all 3 points.
No, but Faz, that's the thing about Chelsea. You've taken points against City twice.
And you know my philosophy on football. You know my thoughts on it. That if you don't win, a draw is a loss.
No, I get that, but I'm saying in terms of implementation, I said they still have to play you because a draw. You said a draw is a loss. They can't afford to draw against you.
But I'm confused as to why you think we could draw with them.
Because you've done it already this season.
No. It's nothing to do with that. I know what it is with you. You want us to draw with them
I do want you to draw.
Your club.
No, but I do want you to draw. I want Man United to get something. I would rather you win. But I don't believe you guys could hold them off.
No.
No, yeah. So you're saying the winner of this game could still not win the league.
Yeah.
Even if Man City were to win, you still don't think Man City will win the league. Even though if Man City win the game, if Liverpool win, they'll still be above Man City.
No, yeah, this is what I'm saying. If Man City are to win the league, it's not dependent on tomorrow.
That's true.
You know, Man City are a team that will go and slap all of these teams like Bournemouth, Burnley, whoever they've got left, Sheffield United. They will comfortably beat all of them.
They got Tottenham.
Arsenal are a side that could slip up against a team like Burnley.
Do you think the Champions League is going to have an impact on that?
Well, no, because I think they're both going out, hopefully, in the next round. Maybe not City. Who have City got? Madrid?
Yeah.
No, I think City will beat Madrid, unfortunately. But I think Arsenal...
So if City beat Madrid and Arsenal beat Bayern Munich, and you got City versus Arsenal, because that's going to be the next round. Do you think that can have an impact on the league? Because you got that game, and you got the game against them in midweek, and then you got maybe a tricky game in between. Because
it shouldn't really have an impact.
Do you trust Arsenal's depth to play the same 11 week in, week out? Do they have the rotation pieces?
Yeah, it could affect Arsenal negatively, but Man City have got more than enough about them to play the Champions League. We saw it last season. They won a treble, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. You know? So they've got more than enough about them to play the semi-final, the quarterfinals, and the final. Huh?
They don't have Gundogan. They don't have Mahrez. You're gonna have to rely on.
They still have Bernardo Silva. They have Rodri. They have De Bruyne. You know, even as much as I don't like Mateo Kovacic, he's still an okay player to have on the bench or have around the squad. You know,
John Stones is always injured. KDB. I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm not even putting my opinion. I'm just challenging your takes just to make it more interesting. But they still have They still have KDB that's been getting injured a lot. Kyle Walker's out for this game, by the way. So is John Stones. Do you think those guys are going to be big losses?
Let me ask you, but they do have a player who I know you're a big fan of, called Philip Foden. And this season, he's actually stepped up. So could he be someone who could be the difference between a game like Madrid, a game against Arsenal?
I think he's definitely cooking against Arsenal. I think he's scoring against Arsenal.
Yeah.
I think he's scoring.
But do you think he could cook Madrid?
It depends. There's variables. Where's he playing? That's the variable. Where's he playing? Because the thing about Foden is, Foden's a great player. And I've never doubted Foden's ability. The thing about him is, there are certain positions that you play him that can have him being invisible. Yeah. So if you want Foden to succeed, you got to put him in positions to succeed and positions to flourish. Foden. If let's be honest, first. If Foden was brought up in the mid 2000s, he's playing the second striker role. Yeah. He's playing the Del Piero role behind the big man up front. Because that way he can operate, he can move to the left, he can move to the right. That's why when we saw him against Man United, the reason why he cooked so well is because he had the freedom to operate from the left and the right. Yeah. So that's the only way you're gonna get.
Are you talking about last season when he scored a hat trick?
Wait, who did he score a hat trick? Oh yeah. Didn't Haaland score a hat trick that game?
They both scored hat tricks.
Yeah. So I feel he can cook, and if he's playing on the right wing, and it's him against Zinchenko. Yeah. If I'm Man City, the winger I would have, I'm starting Doku. I'm starting Doku.
Oh no.
No, I'm starting Doku.
Oh no.
Do you know why?
That's terrible.
Because do you know why? Faize, do you know how much space you're gonna have when Ben White inverts?
Yeah, but I don't think Doku's. He doesn't threaten enough. He's got stuff about him. You know, he can take a man on. But then when you get into the final third, the delivery isn't there.
I'm saying that if you put him in space, he can thrive. He don't like him. Doku struggles against good 1v1 defenders. So
so you're saying more he can cause disruption.
Yes. So if you have Doku, he can stretch the game. Let's be honest here.
I mean, tomorrow,
if I'm being real, if I'm being objectively unbiased, Doku is Luis Diaz with a shit bag. Luis Diaz with a shit bag. Yeah. If you give Luis Diaz and take away 90% of his skill sets and give him one skill and keep his pace, that's Doku.
That's a good comparison to draw. I can see
Diaz's issue is the end product. And we've noticed this about this generation of wingers. The issue has been their end product. Because the problem that this generation of wingers have is decision making. Ousmane Dembele has one of the deepest bags out of any winger you could think of, but he has no brain. he plays like he's brainless. So if you
there's another player that we could talk about that plays like they're brainless.
Who?
You know who?
Modric?
No, because he...
Oh, Sterling.
Yeah. Because Modric, he is so terrible. At times, he's so unpredictable because of how crap he is.
No, but the thing is, though, he thrives in space.
Yeah. Modric, down the middle, this is another weird thing about him. He looks like he can't dribble on the wings. But in tight spaces through the middle, I've seen him dribble very well. And maybe it's because centre-backs slower to turn, all of that stuff.
Less time to think. So it's really just on instinct. 1v1 defender, you kind of have to have an idea of where you want to go. Especially when you have so much time on the ball. The problem with Modric is when he's on the wing, he just wants to run. When you're in tight spaces, you can't just run. You have to kind of be creative and be cute with what you're doing, and obviously you're back towards goal. So you when you're getting the ball into feet, you're gonna either turn left, turn right to beat a man. So when you're looking at it from that standpoint, that's what benefits him. But the problem is, and this is the problem where people might have an issue with Ivan Toney, and a lot of these players where you got to be careful about Victor Gyökeres, who Ruben Amorim has developed. I'm not gonna lie, Faize. Until Ruben Amorim is not gonna be Liverpool manager, I gotta use my copium to prop him up like he's something special. Victor Gyökeres.
You're getting Roy Hodgson back, and you'll be happy about it.
You want Roy Hodgson will have a heart attack at the Liverpool job. The Liverpool job is currently the most difficult job right now, because you know why it's the most difficult job, Faize? The team's already rebuilt. I'm just gonna dabble into Liverpool real quick. The team is already rebuilt. So since the team is already rebuilt, there is no excuse to not finish in the top 4 if he gets a good manager.
Yeah.
Because realistically, if I was to say the perfect summer window for Liverpool next season, I would say a centre-back, a DM, and a winger. That would be the perfect window for me. We got a whole new midfield. Our team, we've decreased the age of our team. So when we're looking at it from that front and that standpoint, nobody can complain in terms of yo, we need time to develop. Most of the players that we rebuilt, they're here for they're in their second season. So when you really look at it, the fall off can't be outside the top 4. And then after you reach the top 4, you got to challenge for the league again. And like I said, I would not be surprised if we get the right manager that we challenge for the league straight away. I would not be shocked by that. But back to Chelsea.
One sec, bro. I need to get Roger.
Back to the conversation of Arsenal versus City. That game is going to be very expansive, and it really comes down to this: how are Arsenal going to approach this, and is Pep Guardiola going to make the mistake of playing Alvarez in midfield? Because we've seen time and time again that Alvarez in midfield has been the wrong outcome.
Oh,
because he's
sorry.
a striker. So my question is this for you: who do you see winning, and how do you see the game panning out? Or do you think it's going to be a draw? But go for it.
I see a Man City win. Is it at the Emirates or is it at the Etihad? Yeah, Man City.
All right, let me give you an interesting stat before you continue. Rodri has gone 60 games without a single loss.
Wow, that's a big number.
Do you know the last time he lost?
Those kind of records are there to be broken.
Do you know the
a
last
side
time he
like
lost?
Arsenal could very much go.
The last time he lost was when Ivan Toney scored a brace before he got that 7-month ban.
When was that? Like New Year's Day?
That was
2023.
I think that 2020. I think that was 2022. Or the back end of 2022. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it was around the Christmas period.
Yeah, it was around then. Because remember, he got banned, and England was skeptical to call him out because he was under investigation. So it was around then. He got a brace that game. But yeah, you see Man City winning. What's your reasoning? Break down the game. Like, how do you see it panning out? We got 6 viewers, man. Slap the like. Slap the like. Slap the like.
I just think.
Okay, someone in the chat said this. Varsity Plus said, we need to sack Poch and get. Let me see this. Hold up a minute. I need to get this freaking shit out of my way. Okay, where is it? Okay, Varsity Plus said, we need to sack Poch and quickly try and get Amorim before Liverpool do. 7 people in the stream, man. Slap the like, man. This is actually good, man. For a first stream, 6 people. That's good.
Yeah.
What would you say to that comment, Faize? He said they need to sack Poch and get Amorim quickly before.
Well, I don't hate it, but I do just think that if we sack him and get Ruben Amorim in again, it's just going to be another project manager. The board will be happy with that because then they've got that excuse that, we need to give this manager time. You know? I just don't think he's the right fit for right now.
Also,
I do think in the future.
Subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. It helps the channel out a lot. Make sure you're slapping the subscribe button. But continue, Faize.
I think in the future he could be a good fit for Chelsea, maybe in 2 or 3 seasons, you know. But I think right now we need someone who's a winner, like a Mourinho, that's going to come in and win again, you know, because we can't this season we couldn't afford to have another terrible season, and we've done that. But next season, even more so, we can't afford to have another season where we don't finish inside the top 4, at least. You know?
Yep, I agree.
But onto the Man City Arsenal game. The reason I think Man City will win tomorrow is because in this stage of the season, Man City turn it up. This is when they will just now go on and win every game.
Okay.
You don't
see them drop into Tottenham.
No, it depends. Is it at the Tottenham Stadium?
Yes, they've never won at that ground ever.
I think they broke. I'm sure they did last season.
No, they won. They won in the FA Cup, but they haven't won
Okay,
at that
well,
ground. They haven't
but this is
scored.
what I mean.
Faize, let me give you a fact. They haven't scored a single goal at that ground. Ever.
Apart from in the FA Cup.
Yes.
But this is what I mean. Records like that are there to be broken. It won't last forever.
No, I agree,
and this is Tottenham. This is Tottenham. A
no,
side
Faize,
who
Tottenham are spoiling the party for somebody. They got Arsenal, Liverpool, and City to play.
But it could also be very Spursy, and they spoil the party for no one and lose all three of those games.
No, but Faize, we've seen Spurs literally spoil the party by making it to that UCL final that they never belonged to be in.
Well, but this is what I'm saying. Well, it depends. Like I said, a Man City could beat all of those sides. They could beat the teams that we're expecting them to beat, we might see Man City against a team like Arsenal, games where we're thinking, they might not win. They might win all of them. And in the games where we think they're going to win, they might lose. You just don't know. Okay. You know? But where do you see Liverpool in all of this? Do you think that you can win the league?
It's a weird one. It really, so my thing was this. Going into the City game. Yeah, and then obviously I'll give you my prediction afterwards. Going into the City game, Faize, I generally felt like we had to win that game. We had to win that game to push City back and to keep the title in our hands. And then think about it. The reason why you want to win these games is so that you can have margin for error. You need margin for error. Like, margin for error and winning those games puts disbelief into the player's into the player's minds. I think it was Bernardo Silva said when we won the league by 20 points, he said after a while we knew we weren't going to win the league because it just felt like Liverpool were never going to lose. So you're mentally making them give up. And that game, let's say we smacked them how we should have, like 4-1. Then we'll be in a position that what was I gonna say? We will be in a position that we got breathing room, and then they got the pressure of City having to beat Arsenal, or Arsenal having to try and kick City while they're down, and then they can cancel each other out with a draw. But now we're in a position where all we can do is just not focus on anybody, just win our games. Not focus on anybody, just win our games. We got to win every game. We can't draw a single game. We got to win every game. What I think is probably going to happen is we're probably going to win 8 out of the 10 remaining games. That's what I think is going to happen. I think we're going to win 8 out of the 10 remaining games. I see potential I see potential banana skin fixtures out there. So I don't know what to expect from these teams if I'm being honest, but overall what I will say is this: as for going into the City game, I expect City to win. I expect to see a Phil Foden masterclass. Yeah, like Phil Foden is gonna produce. Let me put myself full screen and say this. I could either have egg on my face when I say this. I could either have egg on my face when I say this, Faize. I expect to see a Phil Foden two-piece. Okay, hold up. Let me move myself up. Okay. Wait, hold up 1 minute. Okay. I expect to see a Phil Foden masterclass. That's what I expect. A Phil Foden masterclass. I expect Man City to win 2-1. I expect Arsenal to score first, because the thing about Arsenal, they always score first. And when they score first, it's going to be like a Gabriel, by the way. It's going to be like a Gabriel or Saka penalty. Because, you know, Saka loves his penalties. Yeah.
Well, not for England.
Oh, yeah. I see a Phil Foden masterclass. I see Phil Foden. Yeah. I see Phil Foden having one of those games where he's just doing his thing. I wouldn't even be surprised if it's a free. Actually, no, I'm gonna go for 3-1. Actually, wait. I made my prediction on this game already. Let me see what I predicted. I predicted before the international break, because we have this predictions chat. Let me see if I change my prediction from then. because you know how these games are. You always flipping what you originally saying.
Sorry, just to add as well about managers at Chelsea, and a manager I think both clubs could look at, because I'm watching Villa Wolves game in the background.
Oh, I said 1-1.
It's 1-0. Oh, okay. You're talking about that game.
No, I said City Arsenal will be 1-1. But say what we're gonna say though.
Okay, I thought you were talking about the Wolves Aston Villa game. So it brings me on to watching this game. I've just thought about another manager I wouldn't hate if Chelsea went for is Unai Emery. You know, in terms of, we saw what he did with Villarreal. He did very well there. He won them their first ever trophy.
Arsenal.
Aston Villa, for the first time since we were kids, since we were in high school, are now challenging for the top 4.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that tells that's the kind of manager we should aspire to get to. If we're not going for a winner, go for someone like Unai Emery then. Because people are telling me about what De Zerbi's done with Brighton. What? At least with Aston Villa, I can hear it.
A fraud.
But this is what I'm saying. At least with Unai Emery and Aston Villa, I can understand it. I can hear it.
So I sent you a couple of voice notes about this in the past. Yeah. I don't think you saw them. Let me tell you De Zerbi's results, and this is all from this year. De Zerbi lost 4-0 to Roma. Last season, he lost 5-1 to Everton. He lost 3-0
Yeah,
to
I remember
Fulham.
that game.
He lost 4-0 to Luton. So Faize, the thing about De Zerbi, boys, when he loses, he gets pumped. He takes lickings and he stands there just watching it happen. No adjustments, Faize.
Yeah.
With him. Imagine Faize here. Imagine you, Faize. You're a Tottenham fan.
Yeah.
And you saw that game. You saw that game against Chelsea. And you saw this dude keep that high line. Yeah. Wouldn't that drive you insane?
Yeah, I'd be disgusted. But then, like, we're talking about, you know, we like it, the fact that he doesn't change up the game plan. He still went for it. You lost 5-1. You know? But, look, like I said, what Spurs want to do and what Spurs fans think, they ain't on our level. And I'm not trying to sound like that Spursy girl that said about go chat to Fulham and them, man. I'm not doing that. But what I'm saying is Spurs' aspirations are different to Chelsea's. Mm-hmm. Our aspiration is to win the league, to win everything.
Yep.
Them lot are happy to be in the top 4.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, them lot are the unpopular kid at school that can't believe their luck if they get asked to the prom by a pretty girl. You know, just going to the prom with the pretty girl is enough for them. Anything that happens afterwards, they don't care.
That's Faize. You still here? Yo, you still here? Okay, you should pause for a second. But I agree. So what's your score predictions for Chelsea? Not Chelsea. What's the score predictions for Arsenal? City.
I'm going to go 4-0 Man City because I don't like Arsenal and I want to see them get battered. I'm going 4-0.
Damn.
And I'm either like about the egg on your face, like you said about the egg on your face thing. I'm either going to look like a genius or I'm going to look.
You're lagging. Faize, you're lagging. You're lagging.
Hello?
Your screen has completely frozen.
Yeah, I said, like, what about now?
Okay, wait. Still frozen. Okay, yeah, you're good now. You good?
Okay. I was, like you said, I'm either going to have egg on my face or I'm going to look like a genius tomorrow. If, you know, and I think maybe I'm going to look more like a genius. I think it will be a similar scoreline.
Maybe.
Arsenal fans are doing too much.
I will say this, yeah. You do know if they lose 4-0, their season falls apart. They're gonna Faize, if they lose 4-0, they're losing the next game. They're losing the next couple of games.
Hopefully.
What'd you say?
I said hopefully.
So they lose the next couple of games. So they can't afford to lose 4-0. If they lose 1-0, then they're going to be fine. If they get completely battered, completely played off the park, it's over. It's over. It's over. They're not even going to beat Bayern Munich if that happens. Wait, you still here?
Well, let's hope so. Yeah.
Your screen is frozen.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but your screen's frozen. Yellow? Hello? Anyways, we have a technical difficulty with Faize. So we see what happens with him.
What about me?
Yeah, your screen's still frozen. Yo, Faize, leave and join back and see if it fixes up. Okay, no, you're good now. Okay. I'll wait until he joins back. But, yeah. That I ain't gonna lie to you, man. 4-0. Guys, make sure you slapping the like button and subscribing. This is the start of something new, the first episode on this channel. And we're about to get into the Liverpool section, so make sure you're subscribing. Support the channel and whatnot. I think he's joined back. Let me put him back on screen. And boom, he's back. Yeah, you good now?
Yeah, sorry about that. I heard you say it as I had already pressed the leave button.
Hello? Yo, you good now?
Yeah. Sorry, as you said it, I pressed leave. I was already pressing the button.
No, it's all good.
So,
nah, but what I was saying was what was I gonna say? Yeah, that's a bold prediction. You could look like a genius. You could look like a madman.
Yeah.
It's just in general, just a bold prediction. But I will say this though. This is my question to you. My question to you is: we're moving on to the Liverpool game. Liverpool versus Brighton at Anfield. How do you see that game playing out? And who do you see winning that game?
I see a 3-1 Liverpool win.
I really hope so, man. Do you know what I want? Do you know what I wanted before I heard the De Zerbi's not being Liverpool manager news? I wanted us to batter them. I wanted him to them to get battered right in front of Michael Edwards and in front of freaking all the higher ups, so they would not even consider this fraudulent man to take over the job.
That's another.
You're lagging.
Michael Edwards back. He's good.
Yeah, that's very good. Happy to have him back. He's basically controlling football. Yeah, I can hear you. Michael Edwards is basically controlling football operations and whatnot. So he's in charge of all of that stuff right now. But yeah, man. Overall, I see it being a very tight game at first. As long as we gotta win this. My message to Liverpool. Like, I'm looking dead in the camera right now. I'm looking dead in the camera right now. My message is to you, Liverpool. We cannot afford to draw. We cannot afford to lose. We got to win that game convincingly and then keep it moving. On Thursday, I think it's Wednesday or Thursday, we got Sheffield United. We got to beat the brakes off Sheffield as well and keep it moving. I need Darwin Núñez to show up. I need Dominic Szoboszlai to show up. I need McAllister, Endo, Salah, freaking Luis Diaz. I don't want none of that freaking unaffected Joga Bonito shit. I need us to win this game. It's very important because we're playing first. We win this game, we put pressure on everybody else.
Yeah.
So it's important for us to win that game. I expect a 2-0, 3-1 victory, one of the two. I don't care. I want the dub. But overall, it's going to be a tight game. And it's going to be a very interesting time period because I saw that Xabi Alonso will not be Liverpool manager. What do you think about that, Faize? So let's just dive in a little bit to Xabi Alonso because the Liverpool one is pretty straightforward. There's nothing really too much to analyze. It's either win or draw. But Xabi Alonso said he will be staying at Bayer Leverkusen for another season. What'd you say to that?
Well, I think it's the best decision he could have made. Because now I really do feel that the Bayer Leverkusen fans will really appreciate him for staying one more year. It's another year of experience, you know. It's one thing to win a league title, to defend it. If he defends it, if he manages to defend the title, it's a great experience. If he loses the title, then he will know what went wrong in his defense of the title, you know.
What about
and it's looking likely.
League?
Pardon?
A deep run in the Champions League. Do you think that'd be good for him?
Yeah, a deep run in the Champions League would be good as well. But the thing is the reason I say they're going to win the title is they're 13 points clear with, 8 games to go?
Okay.
So, I mean, it would take a Borussia Dortmund level of bottle job to lose the title now.
Yep, I completely agree with that. Guys, slap the
and I just don't think they will.
Nah, but I feel like they're too far ahead. I feel like the way they're grinding up results, they don't look like they're gonna drop points. And even a draw is not dropping points. They're at the point where they need to lose games. Me and my personal opinion, I think it's the right step for him to not take the job. I would have liked him to be there at Anfield, but the problem is I feel like he's waiting for the Real Madrid job. I feel like
potentially.
He wants that Real Madrid job. I feel like he wants that Real Madrid job. I feel like he's gonna be the guy if everything goes to plan of his career. He's gonna be the guy to take over Carlo Ancelotti.
Yeah.
Because Carlo Ancelotti's contract runs out like 2026. Something like that.
Yeah, I could definitely.
So I wouldn't be surprised.
But then let me ask you this then. If you had 3 choices as your Liverpool manager shortlist, who would you go for?
Wait, now that what's his name's not there no more.
Yeah.
Okay, so it would be Ruben Amorim 1, Nagelsmann 2, and Hansi Flick 3.
Okay,
and Inzaghi would be 4.
Okay, Inter Milan manager.
Yeah, because he's made it to Champions League final with Premier League rejects. Yeah, Faize, he made it to the Champions League final with Premier League rejects. Faize, me and you, we've said so many times how we do not rate Lautaro Martinez. He made that guy look like a world-class striker. Do you see his goal record?
Yeah. It's true. Another manager I should have said actually is number 2 on the list. Who did I say? Did I say Thomas Tuchel, Hansi Flick, Mourinho?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to change it to Thomas Tuchel is my number 1 choice. My number 2 choice is Diego Simeone. My number 3 is still Mourinho.
That's a Chelsea man. He's a Chelsea manager through and through.
That man is Chelsea through and through.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. It's gonna be Faize, you're gonna get cooked for saying Tuchel.
I don't care.
I'll
take Tuchel back tonight. I'll take him back tonight.
Yo, what you guys think, man? Would you guys, if you are Chelsea fans in the chat, would you take Thomas Tuchel as your manager? Would you take Thomas Tuchel back at Chelsea? Would you take Jose Mourinho?
Look, the thing is about managers, Thomas Tuchel makes you feel something as a fan. You know, the way he carries himself, the way he speaks, everything he says. You know, there's belief there. I believe what he says.
Bayern fans believe in him.
No, but, you know, some jobs are just difficult for some managers. Just because he's failed at Bayern doesn't mean he won't succeed elsewhere.
I'm going to play devil's advocate. Some people would say Bayern's the easiest job to manage.
It was. But when was the last time they actually had a threat to the title? With Dortmund.
Yeah,
when Klopp was there. Yeah, when Klopp was there. So see, Bayern Munich isn't that easy if there's a threat against the title. I'd even go as far to say that when there is someone to challenge Bayern Munich, because they rarely have people challenging them, they're like, well, we don't really know what to do here.
Because they won the league 11 years in a row.
But this is what I'm saying, is they won the league 11 years in a row because who was there to challenge them? Now Bayer Leverkusen are there, it's kind of like confused them.
Okay, so it's fair. But yeah, Liverpool manager jury job. It's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna be interested to see who we go for. For me, as long as Thomas Frank ain't there, because I see people say they want Thomas Frank, they're on crack.
He's another manager I wouldn't hate.
Faize, man. Look, he's at Bradford.
Well, I'm just saying, I wouldn't love it.
Do you know what team Thomas Frank needs to manage? He needs to manage a West Ham level team, a Newcastle.
But I mean, if Chelsea are going to keep with this same thing of getting in project managers, then I would prefer Thomas Frank to De Zerbi. And I know a lot of people.
According to this source, right now, this is what I'm seeing. Right now, Faize. And I'm just seeing it now. And the guy that retweeted it is very credible a lot of the time for Liverpool stuff. Like he was one of the major people that was covering the Soboslai stuff from day one. Because he got sourced. He said, Liverpool have chosen Ruben Amorim as their next manager. Ruben Amorim's representative have met with Liverpool hierarchy numerous of times in the last few months. An agreement is now in place for Amorim to be the next Liverpool manager. Let's see if this is true. This is what the rumor is.
Yeah.
And he's got a lot of retweets. Let me see this guy's profile. And he's followed by some credible people. So let's see.
Well, I mean, it would be a good appointment.
And when I mean Faize, these are the type of people that I see that be leaking news out early. Do you know the people? You know the team sheet news like 30 minutes before. These are the people that be leaking it out early. Those people because they got.
But you know, Liverpool now have to be careful with the appointment. They have to get the appointment right, because if you don't, you're going to end up like Man United.
Do you know? No, but the difference is and this is the major difference I'll say. Obviously, the possibility of ending up like Man United is there, but the difference between Man United and Arsenal are two permanent things. That Man United team was on its last legs. That was the final. When I mean the last dance, I mean those players literally gave all they could for that season, and they had nothing left. Faize, the reason why I say that is let me tell you why I say that. You, the most, should know this firsthand. Being a Chelsea fan, you've had managers that have come in, and the team is not the issue. The team is a good team, and they've won the league straight away. Conte won the league straight away. Mourinho won the league straight away. So it is possible to win the league straight away with a new man.
Ancelotti as well. So Faize, we've seen this happen time and time again. If the structure is right and you get the right manager and the team is already good, you should be challenging again. We've seen Chelsea made a living of doing that shit. Yeah. So I don't think it's gonna be. I do think at times we downplay how much of a manager has an impact on a club. If you take, for example, Manchester United, if Sir Alex Ferguson had stayed for the 13-14 season, where would you have them finishing?
I'm still haven't finished. I would have them finish challenging for the title. But here's the reason why, Faize. They would have bought more players. Who did they buy that summer? Fellaini. Do you think Sir Alex Ferguson's buying Fellaini? No, but Faize, you know how Sir Alex Ferguson works. Sir Alex Ferguson would have bought a Harry Kane. They were like Bayern Munich. They buy the best players in the Premier League. Yeah. He would have bought Harry Kane. He would have bought he would have bought all these other players. Wilfried Zaha would have been able to develop properly because that's the player he would have bought. He would have probably bought Thiago Alcantara because that's the player they were linked with. And apparently David Moyes pulled the plug on that deal.
And Cesc Fabregas as well.
So Faize, you're seeing this. He would have.
And there's someone else. Tony Kroos was going to join Man United, but then when David Moyes got sacked, Louis van Gaal waited too long to say if he wanted him or not, so he went to Real Madrid.
So Faize, when you factor in those stuff that you said, you gotta look at it like this. Yeah, the equivalent of Sir Alex Ferguson leaving would have been the equivalent of us challenging for the quad and Klopp leaving after that season. Klopp saying that's his final season, the quad season. That would have been the equivalent. Would you agree with that? When we went to the Champions League final, we finished second for the league by 1 point, and then Klopp goes, "Okay, this is my final season. I'm done."
Yeah,
That would have been the equivalent.
I do agree with that.
That would have been the equivalent because we would have still had Henderson. We would have still had all of these meaty players here. And then what Klopp did, Klopp rebuilt the team, and that's why Klopp said he didn't want. He didn't leave. He said he didn't leave because he said he wanted to leave Liverpool in a good state with a good set of players. Number one requirement to Liverpool, why Liverpool are interested in Ruben Amorim, is the style of play. Because Faize, do you know what gets Liverpool's fans up and makes Anfield a hostile atmosphere? That heavy metal style of play. That's what the crowd can get behind. Yeah. We cannot get behind a Pep Guardiola pass left, pass right. Is there room to break? Is there room to penetrate? Oh no, pass left again, pass right. We are a high tempo, high energy team. So we need a high energy style of play to get the fans behind us. Rafa Benitez had that style of play at Liverpool. Brendan Rodgers was a shit manager, but he had that style.
Yeah. I think another difference as well between the way it went badly for Man United and the difference that it should be between Liverpool and Man United is this. David Gill left his role at Manchester United at the same time Sir Alex left, you know? So that it was it wasn't just a managerial change, it was a boardroom change. It was changed, the whole club changed. Whereas the new manager coming in, Michael Edwards has been at the club before. You know, there's other senior board members at Liverpool that have been there.
Yeah.
Whereas with Man United, it was completely fresh, you know? So I do think, like you said, the bare minimum is to finish top 4 next year for Liverpool. And then after that, you have to challenge for the title.
I completely agree. Like I said, I would not be surprised if we challenge again because the players are good. We know the players are good. McAllister, one of the signings of the season. So for me, when it comes down to my expectation, if we get Ruben Amorim, I like his style of play. I've never been a fan of 3 at the back. I don't know why. I don't like 3 at the back. I've never been a fan of 3-4-3. I've never been a fan of that formation. I don't know what it is. I just don't like it.
Well, Chelsea have had some success with it with Thomas Tuchel and with Conte. So, I mean, I don't mind it, but I don't love it.
Yeah, I'm more of a 3-man midfield because here's the thing. Here's the thing. What I would do if I'm going 4-3-4. Let me give you my Liverpool starting 11 under Ruben Amorim's system. In goal, obviously, Alisson Becker. The 3 at the back would be Konate, Van Dijk in the middle because Van Dijk has got good passing range. He could pass left, he could pass right. He would have more time with the ball to bring the ball up and spray it left and right. And then a question mark centre-back. And the question mark centre-back will be the new signing. But in the meantime, I'll put a Kwanzaa there. But the question mark centre-back will be like maybe we sign an Inacio or a Hinch Cape from Bayer Leverkusen. And then left back, I am not playing Robertson. Robertson to me is washed. He's dusted. I'm getting a new left back. Maybe he's the brother from Wolves. Do you know the left back I'm talking about? The one for Wolves.
No.
No, I'll show you him. He's the Wolves left back. He's pretty good. And then right wing back, I would have, and this may be controversial, Connor Bradley. Connor Bradley, I'll have right wing back. Then in the middle, I would have Trent and McAllister, or the rotation of Trent, whatever, one of those 3. And then on the left, I would have Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai plays left wing for Hungary. Szoboszlai played left wing for he played right wing for RB Leipzig. And then on the right, I'll have Salah. And then down the middle, I have Darwin Núñez. That's what I would do. And Szoboszlai, and I'll say this here: if Szoboszlai plays right wing or plays in an advanced position, don't be surprised if his GA goes up. I'll say this first. I can say this with utmost confidence. The reason why Szoboszlai's GA looks the way it does is because Klopp hasn't been Henderson. He hasn't been Henderson. He's too busy being
a model. He's too busy.
Have you seen that picture of the black hench dude? Have you seen the meme of the black hench dude? And it'll be like Szoboszlai, and it's just him just standing there looking buff as shit. No, No, but yeah.
But
that's how I would line up if I'm playing 4-3-4. But realistically, he should change it to 4-4-3 or 4-1-2 or 4-2-3-1. I don't know why teams don't use 4-2-3-1 more often. Like Faize, I've never been a fan of the inverted shit, all that crap.
Yeah, I mean for Chelsea that was like
Okay, I'm just.
Well, I mean for Chelsea with the 4-3-1, that was our go-to formation for a long. I believe we play that at the moment. A 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, that's a good formation to play. You guys got the players for that. Old school Chelsea when you had that success on the Conte, you had to play like.
Yeah, but then you're deploying Gallagher as an attacking.
You're lagging fast. You're lagging. Yo, you're lagging. Okay, when he comes back, yeah. Let me say this though. Okay, wait, can you hear me? Hello?
That's true. And I mean...
Wait, are you behind? Yo. Oh my lord. He's behind, man. That's hilarious.
What about now?
Yo, okay, you good now, but your screen's kind of frozen still. Okay, you good now. Okay. The problem that you have is... Yo, can you hear me? Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. The problem that Chelsea have is this.
Hello?
Yo, hello. I can hear you. Bro, hold on a minute. Yo, I'll call you back. I'm live streaming. Yo, I'll call you back. I'm live streaming right now. Yo, can I call you back, yeah? Okay, she's gone. Yo, Faize. Yo, can you hear me? Anyways, let me just talk and see if he can eventually just get his shit caught up because his shit's bugging right now. But the problem that Chelsea have is the number 10 should
I don't know. Hello?
Yo, hello, can you hear me now? Yo, Faize, if you can hear me, leave and join back. Yeah, leave and join back. That made sense. Okay, the problem with Chelsea is, Conor Gallagher should not be playing number 10 for the ability to run. The number 10 position should be your most creative player. And Conor Gallagher simply is not Chelsea's most creative player. The creative player, the someone that can dictate the game, someone that can run the game. The person that should be playing that position... Okay. Yo, you good?
Yeah. You hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I said the problem with Conor Gallagher is the reason why he's playing that number 10 position is the most retarded. Oh shit, I can't say that. The stupidest reason why they play him is stupid because you do not play someone in the number 10 position for the ability to run and the ability to win the ball high up.
Not even good at closing people down. You just run.
Do you know what he wins the ball back?
19...
Yo, okay, let me say this real quick.
You know what does he do with it?
Yo, can you hear me?
He loses it.
Yeah.
Or he does something stupid.
Okay, Faize said it. He wins the ball back. He wins the ball so high up the pitch because he lost the ball. So he's winning the ball back that he already lost. That is not a player that should be playing in your team. Like, if I'm being real, Conor Gallagher's only playing because Chelsea right now have an obsession with replacing the void that Mount missed. He's only playing there because Mount ain't there. Let's be real, Faize. You know that's true. Yeah. He's only playing there because Mason Mount ain't there. The realistic person that should be playing in the middle.
But Cole Palmer should be playing.
That's what I'm gonna say. Cole Palmer. This is how Chelsea's attack should be, in my opinion, from the outside looking in. Cole Palmer at the number 10. On the right should be Madueke. Or this. If you want to play Cole Palmer on the wing, you gotta play Tripper or Mecca at the 10.
Yeah.
Or and then on the left, you put
Jackson.
You either put Jackson
or Mudryk.
And then down the middle, you put Jackson.
Is Nkunku.
Nkunku or Jackson. I'll probably say. Okay. I would actually do this. If you wanna play. Do you know what's crazy, Faz? Do you know the craziest thing that Chelsea have? You have so many people that can play the number 10 better than Gallagher. You have so many people. Okay, let me tell you.
Mudryk played number 10 and he did well.
That's true. So, okay, let me tell you the players that can play number 10 that are better than Gallagher. Chukwuemeka, better than Gallagher. I rate Chukwuemeka very highly. I think he's a very good player. I think Chukwuemeka, if he was at like a Man City, he's getting like 15 goals. He's getting 15 goals. Okay, so you can play Chukwuemeka down the middle. You can play Palmer. You can play Mudryk. You can play Nkunku. Like fast, fuck it. I could play Jackson number 10. It'll be better than Gallagher. Yeah. I play freaking Broha up front. That'll still be better than Gallagher because Jackson actually got underrated playmaking ability on the ball.
His link up play is very good.
So when you break all of those stuff down, the issue that you have is the person that's meant to link, because what he's doing is he's making Caicedo look bad, and a mixture of Enzo Fernandez not really doing his job to help Caicedo out in the DM position. Because here's one of the toughest things about being a DM. Most players, the average player, cannot play the lone 6. Most number 6 cannot play the lone 6. I would say 95% of number 6 can't play the lone 6 because there's so much ground that you have to cover when you're playing that position. Yeah. What happens is you're gonna need someone like a Kante. I'm not gonna lie, Faz. If Chelsea really wanted to be ultra defensive, not sell Kante, you could have played Kante and freaking Caicedo double pivot. If you kept Kante.
Yeah, because I don't think that Kante works as a lone 6, and we saw that.
No, Kante now don't work as a lone 6. Prime Kante worked as a lone 6.
But even then, I don't think he was a lone 6. I think Matic was deeper.
No, but that's because Kante's got good ball carrying ability. That's one of his underrated abilities. Kante will win the ball back and he'll carry the ball up the pitch.
But I mean, I'll say this about Sarri. I didn't like him, but I liked his use of Kante.
Good.
Whereas people were saying, "Oh, no, he's playing him out of position to accommodate Jorginho," but I think he played better there.
No, I feel like Kante and Jorginho were like the perfect combination because Kante gave the legs that Jorginho didn't have. Jorginho, everybody knows Jorginho wants to play at his own tempo, and the problem with Caicedo is tasked to do the Kante
by
role
himself
without being, and he's not as good as Kante. That's the problem. He's not as good as Kante. You don't have the legs of Kante. You don't have the ball carrying of Kante. You don't have the ability of Kante. You don't have the engine of Kante. And then
I like Caicedo.
Caicedo's a good player. He's a good player. He's a good player.
He's been our best midfielder. He's been a better midfielder than Gallagher and Enzo this season.
Gallagher just has the statistics to support him, but the eye test. Okay, here's the thing. Gallagher's an empty calorie stats guy, because what people fail to realize about Gallagher, and we're gonna have this is the Gallagher section right now. We've got multiple different sections for this stream, and this is the Gallagher section. Because this stream, I'm gonna get close to wrapping this up, and I want no. This is the Gallagher section, or the problem with Chelsea section. I'm probably gonna find a place where it is and implement that then at the end of the stream. The problem with Gallagher is, he doesn't do the role of number 10. Winning the ball back doesn't make any sense as a number 10, because the number 10's job isn't to win the ball back. The number 10 job is to facilitate for the attack, and obviously chip in with a goals, and obviously link the ball to the attacker. But what your stream is disconnected. Oh shit, the stream is freaking. Wait, is it back? Hold up 1 minute. The stream kind of fell through a bit. Hold up, let me refresh this shit. Okay, we back. Okay. The issue with Enzo is I don't want to say front runner. Front runner is not a nice word. If he believes that the team can cook, he'll play well. He'll put in effort.
Yeah.
You see him at the World Cup. He put in effort because he believed that Argentina team was a good team. This team, he doesn't believe in this team. Enzo don't believe in this Chelsea team. So,
do you believe in this Chelsea team, though? I can't blame him.
No, I don't blame him. But he's making Caicedo's job difficult because Caicedo is the type of guy that, whether this team is shit, whether this team is good, I'm going to do my role.
But then again, I don't think this is Enzo's fault. I think this is Poch's fault again. Because if you look at their positions on the pitch, they're always very far away from each other.
Mm-hmm. And then obviously, Enzo gets the ball, gives the ball to Gallagher. You know? Yeah, I can hear you. Enzo gets the ball, gives the ball to Gallagher. Yeah. Gallagher loses the ball. Gallagher wins the ball back. And then either does it. I'm not gonna lie, Faize. When I watch Gallagher play and his decision making, when he passed that ball out of play for England, it just gave me Henderson flashbacks. But the problem is Prime Henderson.
When I watched him, I'm gonna have to bring the game up again. That Carabao Cup final against Liverpool, I've never hated a player that much in my life. You know, that's why I can't hear anything positive about Conor Gallagher after that cup final. Four clear-cut chances. You're not an attacker or a striker.
I'm not gonna lie, Henderson scoring one of those. Henderson was actually decent in 1v1 situations.
Even some very dog shit players, Wale, like Stephen Fletcher. Remember the guy that used to play for like Sunderland, like 10 years ago?
Oh, the striker?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that was cooking Vidic on Twitter.
This is what I mean. This is the kind of player that give him that chance, he's scoring.
Yeah, man, Lee Cattermole scoring that.
And he's shit.
Lee Cattermole scoring that.
That's it.
Lee Cattermole scoring that. Man.
Even someone like, I'll raise you one better. Someone who is not known for being prolific in front of goal. John Obi Mikel. If you gave him them 4 chances, he buries 3 of them.
Yeah, John Obi Mikel. No, but John Obi Mikel, yeah, when he had to score for Nigeria, he was scoring. Your screen is all types of messed up, right? Okay, it's good now.
But this is what I'm saying.
John Obi Mikel, when he needed to score, he will score some clutch goals. John Obi Mikel, yeah, I saw a clip on it, yeah. He had one of the most underrated final performances in the Champions League final when you guys won. One of the most underrated performances.
Yeah.
I saw a clip. I was like, yo, man, I actually forgot how well John Obi Mikel cooks. But what we got to keep in mind here, the DM position was still kind of fresh because obviously it was named after Makelele. People didn't really understand the role of a DM and what they did, especially young kids. Like I remember growing up, I used to disrespect the shit out of Busquets. Remember, we used to disrespect the shit out of Busquets.
Yeah, I was still disrespected.
We used to call him a crack, but Busquets was cold.
But he is unbelievable.
He's unbelievable, man. And he played football in slow motion, but no one can get near him. The slowest player that I've ever seen my whole entire life to be that press resistant, different level. But the problem with Chelsea is your leader's Gallagher, Chilwell, and Reece James. Back in the day, your leaders were Lampard, Terry, Drogba, Petr Cech. Those were leaders. Yeah. Those dudes knew what it took to win.
Call him again. What you said?
Nah, I'm not calling them again. Nah, man. Nah.
But that's what they were.
No, they were leaders. So when you factor that into account and you break it all down, that's why it is what it is when it comes down to that. And that's the problem. That's the problem with this Chelsea team. They lack leadership. They lack identity. They lack ideas, and you got a manager that doesn't know how to win. What has Pochettino done? He bottled the league in Ligue 1. Like that should have been a red flag. How'd you bottle it in France?
Yeah,
you made everyone think Messi was washed. Remember, Faize? He made everyone think Messi was washed.
Yeah.
How do you make Messi look washed?
As well, bro. You can always tell how good a manager is by what the fans of the previous club he was last at think of him.
Yep. And
because PSG fans were very vocal in how shit they thought Pochettino was. I'm angry at myself for being blinded by that. And when he came in and he said all of these, he said the right things when he came in about this is Chelsea. We're one of the most successful
breaking
teams.
News, Faz.
Yeah.
And Zagi's off the list.
Oh.
And Zagi is going to renew his contract. Why would you say
breaking news?
It's breaking news. He's going to renew his contract. David Ornstein said it. So we can cross him off the list of being Liverpool manager. We're here. He's not possible no more. No, but say what we're going to say?
Well, you thrown me off because I thought you was going to say breaking news, Poch is gone.
Come on, you know Poch ain't going nowhere.
No, I can live in hope.
Nah, but continue, my bad.
Yeah. But, yeah, when he came, he was saying all the right things. We looked good in pre-season. He was saying all of this stuff about, yeah, you know, we're Chelsea. We want to be challenging for everything now. Mm-hmm. And then 2-3 months later, he's talking about we have to be realistic. I hate him. I can't stand it.
To say stuff to get you guys on the side, and obviously he probably thought the team would be better. And obviously, Poch don't believe in this team. Why do you think he was calling for experienced players? Why do you think he's calling for strikers? Because at the end of the day, Faz, if you're looking at it from an objective standpoint, spending 100 million on midfield is and spending as much money.
But then you loaned out Broja. You loaned out David Datro for Fana.
Did you see his goal that he scored the other day?
David Datro for Fana is the bigger one.
Because that guy against Liverpool fans, he was tearing us apart. He's a player. Yeah. He's gonna be a solid. I can't say world class because that's a bit of a stretch maybe. But he's gonna be a solid striker.
Where people say about you got to give Poch time and it's not his fault. Chukwuemeka, why don't you play him? He's fit now. This is my issue with him. Your persistence on playing Gallagher is too much. Mm-hmm. You know? Sterling, Ben Chilwell. These are players that are always there when they're fit, unfortunately. And they don't deserve to play.
Yep.
You know?
I totally agree.
You loaned out Ian Maatson. You gave him 1 or 2 chances.
You hear the news as well, Faz? You hear the news?
Go on.
Chelsea in search for a new left back.
Bring me anyone.
Yo, I was like, wait. I was like, hold on 1 minute. I was thinking to myself, I was like, wait. Don't they have that guy that's like from the academy, Ian Maatson, that's like 21 years old? That's good. And what about that other dude that you guys sold that was pretty good at left back?
Yeah, Lewis Hall. Yeah.
I'm just like,
Maatson will be gone in the summer as well.
Are they brain dead?
Yeah, Maatson will be gone in the summer as well. They're selling to Dortmund permanently.
Yeah, you're gonna go for 60.
You just said though that
he's gonna go back to the Prem and go for 60. What, Faz? I would not be surprised if he ends up at like Liverpool. We're looking for a left back. Robertson getting old.
Bro, let's do a swap deal then. Give us Andy Robertson because he's someone that we need. The three things I like about Andy Robertson.
Faz, I'll drive him to the bridge.
For Chilwell, yeah? Sweet.
Oh, no, hell no.
Okay.
I thought you said for Maatson.
The three reasons that I would want someone like Robertson at Chelsea, he has experience. He's a shithouse. He's a horrible player to play against. And number 3, he's a winner.
Yeah, he's won everything.
Or did I already say that? Yeah, well, I said he had experience. And he can play football. He's a good footballer.
Yeah, under the right system, yeah. But yeah, Faz, I think that's about it, man. We covered everything. We talked about tomorrow's games. We talked about Chelsea.
Yeah.
We got to talk off air when we're gonna discuss the big game, Chelsea versus Man United. Because I know you have some thoughts about that game. It's gonna be a Chelsea dedicated stream. We're gonna talk about that game. We're gonna cook on that game, and also tomorrow, I gotta talk to you about that as well. We're gonna do a post reaction to Arsenal versus Man City. Give our overall thoughts. Yeah. What does this game mean? What it's told us? Standout players, whatnot. I'm gonna keep an eye on that game while I'm at work. And we're gonna organize that one as well. Probably might be a late night stream because of when I get back home from work. If you can do one of those,
sweet as bro,
midnight one. And also we gotta talk about WWE. We gotta talk about
WrestleMania, man. I'm down
because the card is looking good. But overall, man, thank you for coming on. I've left your social media links below, and make sure you guys subscribe. Like this video, helps this channel out a lot. And